In this video I'm going to talk about the interlock mechanism which holds the hexes together. So in the Base Maker or Pro Maker reward you get a couple of these pieces which you can use to cut out polystyrene pieces like this to hold the base together. So to explain the mechanism, it's really quite simple. So we're just going to talk about the outside of the hexagon for starters, so we'll ignore the cog for the moment. So on the outside here, on each edge, you've got one male and one female interlock. So it's very much like a jigsaw puzzle, so they just fit together with the adjoining hex, and you can rotate it around. Because it's rotationally symmetric, you can attach it on any side. So if you make a few of those, they just interlock together like so, and already they become very rigid. And because you can cut these in half afterwards, you can have house pieces. Sorry, I call it a bunker piece rather, and house pieces like this. And you can cut them in half again to make a shed. So the crucial thing here is the number of points of connection. So with a full hex, you have effectively 12 points of connection. You've got 2 on each side, times 6 is 12 points. With the bunker hex, house hex, sorry, you've got 2 here, 2 here is 4, and 1 on each side is 6. So even these edge pieces are very well held in. And the smallest piece, the shed, has still got 3 points of connection to make it attach really well. This may seem like overkill, but one of my earlier iterations I had fewer points of connection, and there was just too much movement in the base. You could really notice it, especially on the edge pieces. So that's how it builds up. And now the inner section, the cog. So as you can probably see, this is rotationally symmetric. In 6 ways, so you can turn these cogs around and they'll fit in any way. I had some questions as to why such a complicated shape, why this cog, why not just a simple hexagon, which would be enough to hold these pieces in. Well, the reason for that is because around the edge of the board, if you just had a simple hexagon, it wouldn't hold these edge pieces on. They would just they'd fall off, slide off. Whereas with here, you can see how that's held in. So you've got 2 points of connection on here, on the house, and on this side, put that in, you've got 3. And on the corner, at least you've got 1 to hold it in place. So that's the reason for the cog shape. And just to show that being built up, so here's a riser hex which has been cut in half to make a bunker, and they just slot straight in. And I'll put a flat grass bunker hex on top of that. And of course you can spin these around until you get the orientation that you want. Once you've got a few in there, the rest fit in very easily because they line up against the existing ones and slide straight in. So you see how quickly it is to attach.